So we try to tear down the things, the barriers that are keeping them from getting employment. Whether it's taking care of past transgressions, evictions, bad checks, whatever it may be, we provide them a safe home with all the things that they need, hygiene products, food, whatever it takes to get them to be able to be still for a minute and figure out how they want their future to look. And then we kind of kick them in the butt and make them go for that future. And we do it pretty darn well, because right now we're placing over 85% of our clients that come to us and enter into our work to housing program. So we're very proud of that number. It's taking our clients an average of 19 days to get employment once they reach our shelter. And when you look at unemployment in the community, that's a pretty astounding number. And we're proud of that. And that comes through relationships like you see here today. The Kaiser people out here helping volunteer. The community, some of them know us, some of us don't. Some of them don't. I see faces I know, I see new faces. They understand the need, and they understand that we're trying to do what together as a community you've let us know needs to happen. What do we need to do to help these people? We can't just give them handouts, because then they're never going to learn that you can become more. But I want you guys to know something very, very important, and take something away with you today if you can, other than sore muscles that apparently come up pretty easily when you haven't done this very often. One of the greatest things we can do for our clients is to let them see this. It's not just our staff that believes that they can do it. It's not just our staff telling them, you can do this. You can start making better decisions. You can start getting back to work. You can start making a life for yourself. You can be the family that you want to be. Now I have a whole community telling them. I've got 75 people here today, 78 people here today saying, look, we all believe that you deserve a second chance. We all believe that if you work hard, you're going to be able to make a difference in our community. And that's why we're here today. Something really unique that's going on that I want to mention. Vice Mayor Ron Roulette was in working all morning. He just left before I got a chance to introduce him. Councilwoman Diana Harris stopped by and gave her support. Most of the board of directors of VSSC are here. Obviously, the board from Rebuilding Solano is represented. We've got a couple of Kaiser docs. We've got a couple of Kaiser assistants that have been with us every year on Kaiser's Volunteer Day. And I now know them by name, and that's so gratifying to know that that's the kind of support we get. So everything you see here today is a great feeling. But what you didn't see was that for 2 weeks previous to this, Fred Hearn, wherever he went, I don't know what happens with him. He never lets me say thank you in public. But for 2 weeks previous to this, when we said, hey Fred, there's a chance we could get, like 100 volunteers here in a day to drywall the place, and he looked at me and went, you're kidding, right? And I said, no, and he goes, well, I like a challenge. So these people you see out here in the green t-shirts are kind of like what you don't understand. Contractors with their own businesses that have been in this community for a long time, that are giving up a day of their time and their income to help us by supervising. And they're pretty great guys, let me tell you. And they're so And I'm really bad at the sappy stuff and saying thank you the way I should sometimes, so I don't always get to put it across. But I can't tell you how proud it makes me to feel that I get to head an organization that this community believes in so strongly. The other neat thing that you're not seeing is that Jean Price is here, and Jean, if you would just give it a wave. Jean has been literally instrumental in the support of bringing Opportunity House to this corner. Jean works with and owns the other buildings on the court, and she has been to planning meetings and council meetings, throwing her support behind us and saying how badly Opportunity House needs to be in this location, and how she wants all of us to work together to make this a great neighborhood and to be able to offer services to all the underserved in this area. And she's also the person that made the court bring us tamales for lunch. So there you go. I love that message. I love it. And I really do, without being facetious, love all of you. This is one of the best days of my career. And I mean that sincerely. When I walked those clients through that shelter this morning and I saw their faces, I was like, okay, I'm a little sore, but it's all worth it. So I hope all of you feel that way too. Please take a minute to see the faces, because then you'll know why you're here. If there was ever any question, you'll know it when you look at the faces. So thank you all so much. I know it's going to be harder to get it all done this afternoon. I know it is, but we can do it as soon as we get the rest of the drywall in. Thank you all very much, and thank you, Rebuilding Solano. We love it.
This is exciting.
It is exciting.